Folks, you got to be awful good to use the opposite arguments to defend the same point. What do I mean by that? Well, Mr. Sean Spicer today at a press conference, when asked that if or when Donald Trump was going to release his tax returns, and he issued his stock answer of Mr. Trump is under an audit and he can't release his returns until the audit's complete. Well, folks, in case you weren't aware of it, Mr. Trump will be under an audit for the next 4 years or as long as he is in office. But at the same time, that does not prevent him from releasing his tax returns. Now, why do I say he will be under an audit? Well, there's a requirement that the IRS audits the President of the United States' tax return. And it's a simple audit. They just go through it, give it a glossary look. Anything basically stands out, then they just bring the president's attention to it. He corrects it, and that's the end of that. But that is only for this past tax year of 2016, 17, 18, and 19. Anything prior to that is not under that particular audit. But Mr. Spicer indicated that they were going to not follow protocol of the previous presidents from Nixon on who released their tax returns. They just couldn't see their way to, or that it was necessary to follow that protocol. Okay, fine. Not 5 minutes later, Mr. Spicer was asked why were they no longer going to provide the White House visitor logs to the general public. And Mr. Spicer, as adeptly as he normally is, stated that he saw no reason to break protocol as Mr. Obama had done, because all the previous presidents before him had not made the White House visitor logs available. Now, all of this was 5 minutes. On one hand, he wants to follow precedent, i.e. not providing the visitor logs, but on the other, he wants to break precedent in order not to have to provide the tax returns. So now, folks, it's one thing about Sean Spicer, and the guy lies. I mean, how do you know that he's lying? Because he's breathing. But for him to so cavalierly use protocol and then say protocol doesn't mean anything. I mean, have you ever been in a discussion with someone and no matter what you say, you can't win an argument because the rules are constantly changing? And as long as you're the rule maker, you really should never lose an argument or a fight. And that's what's going on right here, right now. The Trump administration is being allowed to set the rules, and no one, not Congress, definitely not the Supreme Court, and not even the people, are holding this man accountable. And until that occurs, he can give us all the middle finger, which he has from the point that he was running his campaign because he lied to us, and we all knew that he was lying, but there were those of us who wanted to swallow that lie, turned a blind eye to actual evidence because the lies that he told sounded good. And then there were those of us who knew he was lying, did whatever we could in order to work against them, but unfortunately the numbers just didn't work. And it didn't help that the Democrats put up one of the least liked, least capable candidates. And when I say capable, I mean capable of garnering the support of the people. Least capable candidate to run against the guy who absolutely should not have even had a sniff of winning the election. But when it comes to Democrats and money, you know, there's just no telling. So hopefully there are a new set of people running as Democrats that aren't as influenced by money. So keep your eye out on all of these local and special elections. A bunch of new, younger Democrats are running, and it appears that they are getting the support of the people. So if the next 5 special elections are any indication of what's going to happen in 2018, hopefully it's going to be something that's positive.